The best deals in real estate right now never hit the MLS.
Some buyers are locking in 2.5% interest rates in a 7% world.
Investors are taking over mortgages instead of getting new ones.
If you're only shopping Zillow, you're already behind. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the hidden market. Subject to deals, assumable loans, creative financing, the strategies smart buyers and investors are quietly using while everyone else is sitting around saying the market's slow.
And meanwhile, the pros are out here stealing deals.
That's right. So whether you're buying, selling, investing, or just trying to figure out what the heck is actually going on right now, grab your coffee or something stronger and let's unrake it today.
Let's do it.
All right. Happy podcast episode number 25.
Hello, everybody.
Everybody doing good today?
Doing great.
We're all still cold, right?
It's a little cold.
Still a little chilly.
We're all still a little chilly. Okay. Not for not. Let's jump right into the jokes. Do you girls got jokes today?
I've got a joke.
Okay, good. All right, Dane, hit me with it, buddy.
You and me go first?
Always, man. Ladies first. I'm kidding.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, here we go. You already started. I think you went first.
Oh, man.
All right, here we go. A friend of mine got kidnapped by a group of moms. They did unspeakable things to him.
Wah, wah.
Did you guys hear the one where, what did the aliens say to the garden? Take me to your weeder.
Take me to your weeder. Oh, my goodness.
Yep. Hey, what do you got, JC?
What do you need to cook an alligator?
Ooh.
A crock pot.
Oh, I like that
there
one.
There we go.
I'm going to have to steal that one. That was good. A crock pot. Yeah.
Have you guys seen the video on social media of dad joke survivors? There's this video where they got the kids to sit in a quiet room.
Right.
It's dark. And it comes up as dad joke survivors. Like the one kid goes, I went and told my dad that I'm hungry. And he said, hi, hungry. My name is Dad. And he just got that sad face. And then it just chimes into like slow, bad music.
Right.
And they go in about surviving this and what these kids are going through.
No,
after the
that's
fact
funny.
now.
I got to check that out.
I almost want to do one of those myself.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. Well, we're going to jump right into some really, really cool stuff today. We're going to talk about subject to mortgages. We're going to talk about assumable loan mortgages. We're going to do everything. But you know what? Right now, we're going to talk about the market reality check. And the market isn't dead. It's just sneaky right now. So everyone's saying that the market is slow, frozen, crashing. But here's the truth. It's not dead. It's just hiding.
Yeah, listings are sitting longer, but then randomly something sells in 2 days and you're like, what the heck just happened?
I know, right? What happened? But, because the good deals aren't even making it public anymore, there's a couple things we need to look at. Sellers are locking in to 2-3% interest rates. They don't want to move. Builders are controlling inventory with incentives. Investors are buying creatively, not retail.
So it's not really a bad market. It's just not easy anymore. You got to work for it.
That's right. Lazy strategies don't work anymore. Smart ones do.
Yep.
So let me give you an example. We have a home sits on the market for 70 days, no showings. But then we structure seller credits plus a rate buy down and it's sold in 4 days. That's great. So the days of throwing out the MLS and pray are over. Dead, gone. See you later. All right.
Yep.
So with that reality check here, guys, we're going to start with smart, detailed insights. All right. And some of the stuff we're going to be talking about during this segment is inventory looks normal, but buyers are still feeling stuck. Sellers locked into that 2 to 3 rates, not moving. Buyers quietly controlling the market with incentives. Investors shifting strategies, not really flipping as much, but there's more creative deals happening. Okay. So let's talk about that.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Inventory looks normal right now, right?
Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Give me some reasons why.
Well, there's a lot of inventory out there right now and people are, moving, but nobody's buying due to the fact that affordability, that word again. But however,
where's Bridget when we need her?
Yeah, no doubt. But sellers are trying to, new builders, I should say, new constructions trying to capture that inventory, if you will, of people looking with incentives, rate buy downs, no closing costs, what have you. So
Well, what about the average days in the market right now? Is you do the market reports for your areas that you have your niche in?
Right.
What are they typically?
It varies depending on like I specifically do the market reports in certain towns in Clay County, and depending what town that is, like Fleming Allen, for example, houses don't sit on the market very long if they're priced properly.
Mhm.
Pricing, you got to have a strategy behind that, and that market there, people are learning where that price point is.
Yeah.
And so they're pricing it appropriately, offering incentive, rate buy downs, whatever, So that's working really good. Keystone, Middleburg are sitting a little bit longer just due to the fact that I think they're trying to price the houses a little higher than what that market is saying they're worth right now at this time.
Yeah.
So I believe that's why they're sitting longer. So the strategy there needs to be adjusted a bit.
Pricing right, having the right concessions, doing those things is what's getting the house to the closing table.
Exactly.
And the sellers can move on and do their certain things.
And speaking about homes that are sitting on the market, a lot of sellers are just doing price reductions when a rate buy down offer or a different type of concession would be more beneficial to a buyer than just a $10,000 price reduction, because we're only talking about not much money difference in your payment, where a rate buy down is a substantial
Quite a
amount
bit
of
more.
difference.
Yeah. No, we talk about that because that rate buy down and making it more affordable, that kind of thing. We talked about it last week that, having that difference in interest rates can really change things. It can change it $200, $300, even $400 a month.
Yeah.
What does that equate to? Groceries, activities, HOA fees. I mean,
Car payment.
Car payment can even get into that.
Yeah.
I mean, I really think right now the market reality, when you tie all this together, we can get hyper focused on this, but the overall consensus and the feeling is we got buyers that are sitting with the rates that they have. They don't want to move because it's not affordable to move. You've got the ones that do want to move, but they can't afford to move because it's too expensive. That's what our hookup is right now. That's our issue.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think once that eases its mind and does the things that we need to do, we're going to be in a better position. Us as real estate agents right now, we're feeling that. We are really feeling that.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to jump the hurdle on. And that's what we need to educate people. I'll tell you right now, the deals are still out there, even though it could be on the tight affordability sides right now. It's going to change.
Well, you got to get a little more creative too with those deals. So that will help out as well.
And that's why it's important to have a real estate agent at your side. It's funny. I had a conversation with somebody, on these leads that you get and you talk to people about it. And I had one that says, nope, I'm going to go not use a real estate agent. I'm going to try to do this on my own.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, that's great. So what happens when you go and make an offer? You're just going to make an offer. What are you going to ask for? You're going to ask for a lower price. You're going to ask for concession money. And it was quiet on the phone. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, working a deal and getting things done and negotiating on your behalf as a buyer, there's more to it than just offering a lower price. I said, do you know the difference between offering a lower price versus getting concessions for not maybe so much rate buy down with your lender, but so much as in paying closing costs and a few other things?
Right.
Do you know how much more money that's going to save you a month than it would be just lowering the price $10,000?
Not only a month, cash at close.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on, guys. The market isn't frozen. It's sneaky. There's deals to be had out there, and there's deals to be negotiated. And right now, you got the time, energy, and effort for that.
Right. Yeah.
So,
and activity is just happening behind the scenes, what a lot of people don't see as well. So,
yep. Well, we're going to jump in and talk about what the hidden market is. All right. The hidden market is everything happening off the MLS.
Right.
All right. And some examples of that is pocket listings, expired listings, subject to assumable loans, seller financing, and those creative concessions.
So basically the deals you only hear about if you know someone?
Exactly. Yeah. And guess what? That somebody should be your realtor. And on our team here at the Rakers Home Group, we have that one person that we always rely on when we're trying to find the sneaky stuff and the good stuff. And that is our guru, Don.
Guru.
Yes. Well, you find all these really cool things.
No, they just happen because I deal with certain types of customers and buyers, so I have to get creative.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute, because I like talking about that stuff.
Okay.
A little bit of an insider look, especially if you're a buyer, a potential buyer, or even a potential investor that stumbled upon our podcast and wants to listen to this. Dawn, how do you come about this stuff?
Well, are we talking specifically about subject to listings, pocket listings, off-market listings? What do we want to talk about?
We can talk about really anything that you think that would benefit.
Well,
at the moment,
throughout my real estate career, I've encountered so many different opportunities or hurdles with different buyers, not just buyers, but sellers. A seller in particular I can remember was in a probate situation. A property was kind of dumped in their lap. They didn't know what to do with it. There was a tax bill coming up on it. What do? We want to sell. Okay, we want to sell. This house was an elderly person that had passed away in their family, and there was little to no maintenance on this particular home. So it's not a home that you would take to market. It's not one you want buyers walking through.
Right.
So it's definitely an off-market deal. Just so happened a few weeks before that, I don't know what he would be called. I guess he was just a prospector, reached out to me and said, if you ever have anything that needs a lot of work or needs a quick close or so on and so forth, give me a call.
Okay.
So I did. And I called him, and now I'm partnered with this amazing group that buys probate properties or buys properties that need work. And they do cash offers and they close in 10 days. And that was perfect for this situation.
Wow, that's great.
And I wish I could find more of those. So if you have any, send them my way.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay. No, good. No, that's a really good explanation. So
yeah,
we have obviously inside track with that. Your expertise and knowledge, Don, with the years you've been doing this is awesome. So
thank you.
I think having you on here and talking about something that we're going to be talking about here shortly is going to be great. But we're going to kind of jump to what I always like is the fun part of the podcast. It's game time.
Game time.
We ready? Let's do the game time. All right. So I got something different for you guys. And I pushed the boundaries a little bit this week.
Uh-oh.
All right. This game is called This Sounds Illegal, but it isn't.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I'm going to read everybody, of course, this scenario like we do every week. And you guys must answer legal, sketchy, or I'm sweating.
Legal, sketchy, or I'm sweating.
I'm sweating. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm already
JC,
sweating.
are you ready?
I think I'm already sweating.
All right. Here we go. Buyer buys a house, doesn't qualify for a loan, doesn't talk to a bank, doesn't care what the rates are, still gets the keys.
Whoa.
That's sketchy and sweating. I'm both of those.
That's
right
real
now.
sketchy.
Yeah, it is, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is interesting because actually it is still, even though it's sketchy and scary, it's still legal.
It is legal, but as I said, it's sketchy, and so I'm sweating. I'd be sweating with that.
I mean, the answers are going to be very black and white, but how we feel is a good way to express it.
All right, fair enough. Then that's legal, but why?
How?
All right. Well, no loan, no underwriting, and no begging a lender, basically.
Well, cash deal, evidently.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So
makes sense now. Okay.
Well, I mean, honestly, it turns out the fastest way to buy a house is to stop asking permission.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
All right. Scenario number 2. Seller moves out, moves to another state, leaves their 2.9% mortgage behind, and lets the stranger finish paying it.
Legal?
It's legal.
Yeah.
Yep. Legal when it's done right. This is subject to, which we're going to talk about after the game. The loan stays, the deed moves, the internet panics. Sorry. But hey, you know
Sounds about right.
what? Banks hate this like Netflix hates password sharing.
Oh, yeah.
They really do. Okay, scenario number 3. Buyer moves into a house first, pays monthly doesn't owe it yet, and everyone involved is calm about it.
Is that a lease to purchase? Sounds kind of legal.
Sounds like,
Yeah.
yeah,
What do you think?
legal.
It's legal.
Yeah.
With real paperwork, yes. Basically what this is a lease option.
Yeah.
Not one of those things where it says, trust me, bro.
Right.
And it's not Facebook market vibes either.
Trust me, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
If your contract fits in it on a napkin, run.
Yeah.
All right. Scenario number 4. Seller doesn't list the home, doesn't want showings, doesn't want Zillow, doesn't want neighbors knowing, still gets paid.
Yeah, that's legal.
It's legal.
Yeah. Yeah. Private sellers exist.
Yep.
Quiet deals exist. Zillow is not the housing police. Okay. Some people don't want 47 strangers sitting on the toilet.
Yeah. No, thank you.
All right. Next one. Buyers pays more than asking price on purpose and still wins financially.
Sounds legal to me as well.
Yeah.
It's legal.
Yeah. It's legal and smart. And I want to explain why. You overpay on price to steal the rate. Math beats ego every time.
Right.
All right. Your payment doesn't give a damn about your Z estimate. It really doesn't. Okay. All right. Moving on. Buyer purchases a home with 0 down, no bank loan, no rich uncle, and no crime involved.
Sounds legal too.
Yeah, sounds like a cash deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This must be like one of those educational games. Sorry
You
about that.
think?
Yeah. Well, it's creative financing, other people's money, structure versus over savings.
Yeah.
Turns out broke isn't a credit issue. It's a strategy issue. All right. Next one. Agent gets paid without listing on the MLS, without open houses, without Zillow photos.
Sounds legal as well.
It's legal. It's off-market listing.
Yeah, you're right. Commission is for solving problems, not uploading photos.
Correct.
There we go. MLS is a tool, not a religion. Okay.
The only thing that is not quote unquote legal is that you take the full commission. You still owe your broker.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed. For all you agents out there paying attention. All right. This one says it's a crowd favorite, so I'm curious to see what everybody's going to think about this. The seller says, I don't want top dollar. I want out. I want peace, and I don't want to talk to anyone. Buyer says, say less.
It's legal.
The deal
Yeah.
gets done, obviously.
Yeah.
Off-market.
Yep. Motivation beats price every time. Therapy is expensive. Selling quietly is cheaper.
Yeah.
All right. Rapid fire time. Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Buying without a loan.
Legal.
Legal.
Yep. Taking over payments.
Legal.
Legal.
Deals not on Zillow.
Legal.
Paying more to win.
Legal.
Legal.
Internet realtors losing their minds.
Legal.
Guaranteed. It's guaranteed. Guaranteed. All right, guys. So everyone, if everything we just said sounded legal, congratulations. All right.
Yeah.
You just discovered why most people never hear about the hidden market. So yeah, that's the game.
Very good. Yeah. Educational game.
Educational game. So maybe y'all didn't like that one very much.
No, it was good.
Sorry
was
about
good.
that.
Easy answers. Always the same answer.
I mean, we're 25 episodes in.
Yeah. The first one was kind of sketchy and sweaty, but other than that, it was still legal, right?
Good. We're all sitting close together. I don't really want anybody to be sweaty. All right. Well, we got our guru here with us today. So we're going to talk about. Sorry, Don. I don't mean you. Guru. We're going to talk about subject to mortgages. Okay. I think this is really the main topic of this podcast is it's the gold content. It really is. You know, if you agents understand really what it is, almost no consumers understand it at all, but it's super relevant in today's rate environment. Okay. So again, let's talk about the fact that most agents and won't touch it because it sounds complicated, but it might be one of the most powerful tools in today's market. It's called subject to. All right. And before I explain this, you know, our local news did a thing on this and was warning everybody not to do it. This is not for everybody. I just want to point that out right now.
Right.
Definitely not for everybody.
It is an option that you can do but it is not for everybody. And you need the right realtor to help you decipher that and talk you through it. Okay. But to explain it simply, and then Dawn, I'll let you get into in depth on this, is what it is you buy the house, but you don't pay off their loan. You take over the payments subject to their existing mortgage. Okay. And that's pretty much it. So good real life example of this is a seller has a 2.75% rate and today's rate 7%. Why would we kill that 2.75% loan? We don't. We step into it. All right. So Dawn, let's break this down from a fundamental standpoint.
Okay. So basically a subject to is you are taking over the mortgage, but the mortgage stays in the seller's name and the deed transfers.
Okay.
If it's done properly, the deed would not necessarily transfer to the buyer, but be held by an attorney until the terms of the subject to agreement have been met.
Okay.
So the most important part of this whole scenario is learning everything you need to know about subject to and hiring an attorney to break it down for you.
All right, great. Well, so let's actually, you've mentioned the fact that attorneys need to be involved in this, which is critical key to this.
Right.
So what is this perfect for? Is it, would you say tired landlords?
Tired landlords, quick transfers, got to sell fast.
Okay. Yeah, military relocations.
A little bit of equity, not so much, not a ton. If you have a ton of equity, this is not for you, because most buyers that are familiar with subject to are going to come in with a fraction of what your equity is, and that's going to hurt. So it's people that have low equity, quick transfers, got to sell, avoiding short sales and pre-foreclosures, just stressed sellers, basically.
Yeah.
Is who it fits for. For the buyer, it's getting into a new property with little out of pocket and just taking over that already in place, lower rated mortgage payment.
Yeah, I agree. You hit every bullet point on that, like dead in the center. Let's talk about when it doesn't make sense. Okay. So like if someone has $150,000 worth of equity and time, don't do this, right?
No.
List it normally.
If you have any substantial amount of equity, it's not for you.
I agree. And some of the risk when it comes to this, because let's be real, guys, this isn't TikTok magic. It really isn't. All right. But some of the risk on this is due on sale clauses. You definitely need the attorney. I can't stress that enough. That's the other A word, especially in this episode.
Right.
Not so much
Right.
of affordability, but
Right.
it's the fact is you need an attorney to handle all this. The paperwork matters, and it's not DIY by no means.
Yeah, and you don't need to be signing on napkins at Starbucks either.
All right.
Right.
Trust me, bro. This is not a contract. So that's pretty much that in a nutshell. If you have questions regarding and want more in-depth conversation about that, the person that I want you guys to reach out to is Dawn. All right. Give her a call. Her number is on the podcast down in the description. And I want you to call because she will take the time to explain it to you. Trust me. So let's jump into our next and final segment for the podcast is assumable loans. That seems to be something that's been coming up and talked about quite a bit here lately. And I know Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, we're talking about making this happen for a lot of people, not just VA loans, because currently that's what's available right now.
Right.
Is on the VA loans. But it's another hidden gem is this assumable loan thing. So instead of taking payments, you literally assume the loan. So the example, 2021 VA loan at 2.5%, the buyer qualifies for that. They take over that same rate.
So they're basically time traveling back to 2021 interest rates.
Yep. It's like rate nostalgia. It really is. So, excuse me. The difference between a 7% payment is $2,400 a month, but a 2.5% payment is $1,650. That's like a car payment difference every month. And to really break this down in a little bit more of a detail for you. So let's say the house is $400,000. All right. That customer owes $200,000 at 2.5%. If it's an assumable loan, you can qualify for that assumable loan, and that loan you take over at 2.5%. So there's a remaining $200,000 for the purchase price of the home, which you would do, go and apply for current rates and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Which in that time period, believe it or not, we can get concessions, help you with a rate buy down on that and a few other things. So we've made your house payment affordable. The fact is that you got 2 mortgage payments, which I'm sure is going to be just 1 escrow payment.
Right.
Remember, at the end of the day, you're not writing 2 checks. You're writing 1 check. All right.
Which will be less than if you did
Which
it.
would be way less than that. So instead of having, 6.5% at $400,000, you may have 6.5% or even 5 now. Right now we're in the 5s. You'd have 5 something at, the $200,000.
Yeah.
And then the other $200,000 is 2.5.
Yeah. Sounds like a win.
Yeah. It's like an instant $500-$600 a month in the house payment that you're saving.
It'd be great if they can do it on all platforms instead of just VA.
Yeah. So that is an option. I know it was in the news and they're talking about that, and they're not jumping out and doing it. So right now, the only thing really available on it's VA.
Right.
Right.
So, and that's VA to VA. So a veteran's going to be able to have that option if that VA loan is optional.
Which is great for our veterans. It's a huge.
Yeah. Do you want to know something else that I think most veterans know, but a lot of people don't? Is they don't have to pay property taxes.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge benefit living.
And they deserve every bit of
They
it.
do. Thank you for your service.
Yes. Amen to that.
So no, this something is going to be continually to be talked about. There's a lot of things that are coming up in the industry right now that's going to try to get this fear out, and it's going to make things more affordable. That's what everybody wants, is more affordable. I'm tired of paying $5 for milk. I want to pay $2.50 again.
Right.
Waiting for, one of the things I heard somebody tell me was, waiting for 3% rates again is like waiting for gas prices to go back to $1.29. Good luck, Grandpa.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, there's a lot of cool options. There's a lot of different programs out there that help you do it. And assumable loans is one of those. So to choose a little trickier. It's not for everyone.
Right. As we said.
Yeah. You just need to jump through on that. But to close this thing up, guys, the hidden market is real and the opportunities are real.
But they're not sitting on Zillow waiting for you to click save.
They go to people who know the strategies, not the ones just hoping for price drops.
Yeah, the smart buyers aren't lucky. They're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good one. Yeah. So stop scrolling, stop waiting, and stop doing what everyone else is doing. Start thinking smarter, start moving earlier, start working with people who actually know how to structure the deal. Because in this market, you don't win by chance, you win by strategy. All right. So when we're talking about that, we can't tell you guys enough. Give us a call.
Yeah.
Just right now, if you're looking at us, there's 4 of us right now that are in this room, and we're 4 very well-trained, experienced experts that we could probably tackle something. And since we're a team, we do this stuff together.
Right. Like Dawn's our expert on those topics we discussed today. If we don't know, we'll give her a call and get right back with you.
So we got an investor stuff. We got property management stuff. You're like the new construction guru.
Yeah.
And I'm just a fill-in.
Yeah, right. He's a little bit of know-it-all kind of guy.
Yeah, whatever. Jack of all trades, master to none is what they call it. But no, if you guys want some more information in depth, give us a call. We'll always take your phone call. That doesn't cost you a dang thing.
No,
it really doesn't. We'd love to sit down and chat with you. We'd love to help give you all the knowledge in the world, because there's nothing I love more than to have knowledgeable buyers and sellers. And when I empower them, I feel like I've done something.
Right. So give us a call and get to know us. Know who you're dealing with, and we would love to help you out if we can.
Check out our podcast. You can see it on YouTube. You can listen to it in any platform, obviously, because you're doing it right now. Check out our Facebook for all our videos, everything that we do, anything new we got going on. But please reach out to us if you have any questions, and we look forward to help you, especially if you're going to be moving into Northeast Florida area anytime soon. But until next week, guys, thanks for listening, and we'll see you.